is
Zaza. Oh, yeah.
Fitzy and
Sweet as.
Whipper.
Happy Tuesday, Fitzy and Whipper. It's the podcast. Now, have you ever busted someone doing something in your house or in your yard?
Yep.
This
Tom.
went crazy on the podcast today. Mm-hmm. I mean, people just using trampolines,
Swimming pools.
hanging out in people's yards.
God, one lady even needing the bathroom.
Well, that's the one I've got here. What about the woman who house is out the front of a bus stop and people use her front garden as a toilet before they get on the bus?
Oh, you would, wouldn't you? You know, a tree is a toilet, as they say. Do they say that?
I just
They do
can't
now.
believe the amount of parties that are happening in other people's houses that aren't ours.
I walked into my place one day and went to sit down on the lounge and looked in the corner of the room. There was Tom hiding in a cupboard. And I couldn't believe it.
What quarters of the house was this?
It was in the West Wing.
Wow.
And Tom was there hiding in the
I haven't
cupboard.
even seen that area.
No, I've never been in there.
It's a guest area.
And then my wife followed out afterwards. I said, Tom, how long have you been here? I said, 3 weeks. I had no idea. And
Did
my
you
wife
run
has
up
never
the
been
5
happy.
kilometre driveway, Tom, or...?
Yeah, I did.
Did you, Tom? Yeah?
Sorry, Tom.
Sorry.
That is
Oh, that is-
really sick. If you want to hear more, it's in the podcast.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
This is a real interesting one. I'd love to know from you, did you catch someone doing something at your house or in your yard? Because, you know what, this is a beautiful story of an older woman, Sarah, with her dog, and she would walk past this lady's house every day, and out the front of this lady's house, she had a beautiful garden, and the old woman asked her one day, do you mind if I sit in your little bench that you have over there with my dog because you have a beautiful garden? And the lady said yes. The only thing is that the woman does it every single day now. For an hour, sits down in her garden with the dog, and there's a huge park 200 metres down the road.
Maybe there's something about that park bench. Maybe it looks a little more comfy than the other ones.
It's not her land. She's
Yeah.
trespassing.
But if she said yes once, then I'm going to abuse that.
Yeah, but also with the dog will be weeing on your plants. So
That's
if her
true.
garden's quite lovely,
I
might be
agree.
going to
Probably a couple of little landmines there
Yeah.
too, says.
Well, it's your land. You paid
Yeah.
for it. I want to come out with the sun coming out and have my cup of tea with no one else around. Stop looking at me, old lady. I said once.
But wouldn't it be nice to walk out each day? Oh, there's Norma. How are you? How you doing down there?
Yeah, but sometimes you don't want to chat to Norma. You just want to sit quietly.
See, if I was the old lady, if I was Norma, I'd be pushing things. Could you grab us a cup of tea?
Yeah, that's right.
I've only just arrived. I've got another 55 minutes.
You could join me. Have you got any Scotch fingers
Are you
in
doing
there?
any biscuits?
How's this? This is a big one as well over in France. Apparently swimming pool squatter incidents are on the rise.
I reckon that's all right.
So when it's hot, people are coming home from a barbecue and there's just a group of people swimming in their pool. Mm-hmm. And they're saying, we don't want to leave. We just want to cool down. Is it okay if we use your pool? I don't even
like
know
that
who you
feel.
are.
I mean, I think all pools should be slightly communal. If you live within sort of 200 metres of the house and it's a hot day and you don't have a pool, oh my God, use and abuse your neighbours for sure.
As long as you bring beers or something.
We have
Pay
a pool,
tax.
says. I still go to the neighbours and jump in nude.
Moe's giving us a call from Rockdale. Is this Big Moe?
Yeah, the boy.
Moe.
He was our security guard with the Ed Sheeran member. Did a great job, Moe. Well done on that day. You did a brilliant job.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What
All right,
happened?
so what I've got, all right, so I've just got, just probably a few years back, I got new internet at my house, excited, unlimited data, all the rest of it.
Yeah.
I didn't think to put a password, so every day there's one or two kids sitting on my fence, and it's still an old school fence. Anyway, one night there's 2 kids, 3, 4, 5, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What's going on everyone on my fence? These kids were using my Wi-Fi and like downloading stuff and watching movies on my fence every night. I had no password.
Oh, no. Moe's getting done for his password. I told you one of my good mates, Tomo, he said, mate, I love listening to your podcast. I listen to it every day. I downloaded it in the Bunnings car park.
Awesome. Free Wi-Fi.
So he reckons that the Bunnings Wi-Fi is so strong that you can get it from the car
Well
park.
done, Bunnings.
So he every day he loads up on his podcast the music that he wants for the day when he hits the road, and then he's done and he uses theirs.
I love that Moe's front yard's turned into an outdoor cinema. All the kids downloading movies.
Sal from Roseville, what did your parents catch someone doing at their house?
Top of the morning. Well, we grew up in the bush near Wagga, and like lots of country people, you always used to go to church every Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And one Sunday, Dad thought that he'd left the gate open and the sheep were going to get out, so he left church early, went back and discovered the next door neighbour taking fuel out of the Bowser.
That's
Apparently, he's been doing that every Sunday. Same
Right.
time every Sunday.
He knew that you were at church every Sunday, Sal.
We never missed it. Never missed it.
You would never know that he's taken fuel as well.
I love that he was sinning while you went to church. Two very different people in the neighbourhood there. Katie and Manly, welcome to the show. What did you catch your neighbour doing?
So we have a pool, and our next door neighbours don't have a pool, so they normally just hop over on a summer's day or summer's night and have a swim.
Yeah.
We were away on holidays in the Hunter a few years ago, and we have cameras in our backyard. So I thought, let me just double check the house.
Awesome.
Which we did, and we found our neighbours throwing a Barbie as well as using the pool.
No way. How many
I didn't have a
involved?
shardy. There was about 20 people, but I was annoyed that I wasn't invited to my own house, to my own Barbie.
Katie, they didn't ask once?
No.
Can you?
That's awesome.
Katie, can't you with some cameras, can you talk? Isn't there a speaker that you can talk through the camera and go, hey, what are you doing in my backyard?
Yep.
No, you couldn't do
But
that?
I don't have that feature, unfortunately.
Did you ever tell them that you saw it?
Yeah, like after the fact, I'm like, next time you're having a Barbie, let me know so I can, ditch the kids and hubby and have a shardy with everyone.
That's funny.
But yeah, I was a bit annoyed, but all good. We're still great neighbours, so.
Katie, great story.
Well done. Shelley and Mossman, what did you catch the neighbour doing in your backyard?
We had a pool swimmer too.
Oh, serious? And they were just... how did you bust them?
Well, we'd noticed that a few things had been moving around, so we couldn't quite figure it out, like the pool chairs were moved or pool floats pulled out, the creek trolley, stuff like that. It was years ago. Anyway, we came home, I guess it was unexpected because kids forgot stuff and came home, and it was actually the old guy living a couple of doors down. He was doing laps in the pool.
Awesome.
Early morning exercise.
Isn't that great?
Did you know him well, Shell?
No.
No.
Not at all.
And did you go and tell him and say, hey, mate, thanks for dropping in?
Well, yeah, because we were there. We came out the back and like, what are you doing?
We used to go and swim in our teacher's pool.
Did you?
Imagine doing that these days.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
a bit weird.
Mr. Joy.
Oh, Mr. Joy.
It's after school on a hot day in the middle of summer, and you know when you get let out early when it got up to about 36 degrees, he would go, well, if you boys don't want to, if Mum and Dad are going to take a while to pick you up, come over for a swim.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just go hang out at Mr. Joy's
Thanks,
house.
Mr. Joy. Gary in Mount Druitt, what were you busted doing in your neighbour's backyard?
Another situation, pool story. I got busted scuba diving actually in the neighbour's pool.
Needed a bit of training, did you, Gaz?
Yeah, why not? Because I live too far away from the ocean. So, yeah, I went in there and I didn't realise that they actually had cameras installed. And I popped up and who I see? Men in blue there.
Oh, no.
Oh, they called the cops on you, Gary.
Yeah, but luckily they've talked it around and stuff like that, and they sort of like let me off, but with a big, good, strong warning.
Did you know them, Gary? Were you close with your neighbours?
Yeah, I'm sort of close, but yeah. But a little bit distant at the moment now.
Yeah,
I reckon Gary's
just awesome.
He's
Imagine
pulled
going
up.
home and seeing bubbles coming up in your back pool.
Yeah.
And some big dark thing down
I
the
reckon
bottom.
Gary's crashed out at a few houses over the years by the sounds of it. Rebecca in Dover Heights, who did your parents catch in their house?
Oh, well, my parents had a lovely home in London, and they had like a house manager / butler, and had to travel very often for work and for leisure.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out after a number of trips that he'd actually been living as the lord of the manor. He'd have parties in their home,
Awesome.
he'd drive their cars, and actually pretend that he was
It was his
he was
place.
the person, that owned the house and was living this luxurious life.
Good on him. You would, though, wouldn't you, if you knew they weren't coming back for 2 months? Why not?
Did you ever get to meet him and chat to him as a family, Beck, your parents?
Oh,
or?
my goodness, yes, he travelled with us a couple of times, and it was just the oddest thing. It made the news in the UK and everything. It was quite funny.
Yeah, but Beck, did your mum and dad have an issue with it? Because I would have been fairly okay. Hey, if I'm not there, make yourself at home.
No, but they had an amazing wine cellar. He used to just go through, have a wine cellar,
Bit different.
ride around in the beautiful car, pretending that it was his.
Oh, I love that.
It was quite extraordinary.
Oh,
Great story,
awesome.
Beck. Thank
Funny.
you.
Lorraine in Sandringham, who did your dad catch in the house?
So my dad caught a lady who wandered into our garden. She squatted down and took a poo in the backyard.
That's disgusting.
I mean, you can imagine a dog doing it, but
Even
for someone wandering into your backyard, dropping the strides and then just soiling on your lawn.
Wow. I mean, when you have to go, you have to
You
go.
gotta go.
There's a lot more joggers out there than we know, do we?
Yeah. Lorraine, did your dad confront the mystery pooer?
Yeah, he tried to, but she said she didn't speak English and casually just strolled away afterwards.
Did she take
And
her?
he was left to clean it up.
Oh, no.
Hand her the bag and make her do it.
That is not fair, Tommy. You should never do that again.
I must apologise to Lorraine.
Joe, last one from Narrabeen. What did your mum find on the back patio?
Mum woke up one morning about 3 a.m, had to go out to the back of the house near the family area where the bathroom was, and she walked out the door and there's a naked guy sleeping on the couch in the family area.
Awesome.
And she flicked the lights on and off, and he's jumped up, grabbed a pillow, put it over his private parts and kind of gone, "Where am I? Can't I sleep here?" he says to her, and she says, "No, take a hike." So she must have scared him off a little bit, and he's run down the street with the pillow, and they've found it on someone else's lawn where he fell asleep for the rest of the night.
Well, I suppose you don't want the pillow back, do you? I mean,
No.
if he's got his tackle on it.
No, she changed all of those.
Oh, my
Question
God.
is, though, how do you get nude? Like, what do you... I can understand you want to find somewhere to crash, but how did you lose your clothes?
Yeah.
Come on,
I
mate.
think there was a big party down the other end of the street that night. So
A great effort, too, to wander off, though, once he's been told to hit the road and then find comfort on someone else's lawn. So go, not a problem.
Sam in Gladesville, what did you catch someone doing in your backyard, Sam?
All right, Fitzy and Whipper. So, look, I used to live next door to a couple of cowboys, and my girlfriend and I were meant to go away for the weekend, but we ended up cancelling our plans, so we stayed home, just went down to the shops.
Yep.
Came home, and then there was a party of about 30 people in our house. Being honest, we never locked the doors. There were 30 people in the house.
What?
There was a pig on a spit roast in the middle of our kitchen. There was a horse in our backyard. Keeping in mind, we didn't live on a property or
You're
anything.
kidding me.
And these cowboys absolutely just abused our house, and they had no idea we were going to be home.
What suburb were you in?
We were in Goulburn, New South Wales.
Sammy, did you know the Cowboys at all or no?
Oh, look, I knew them from here and there. Like, they're always just loud and having parties at their house at night, but they lived in a much smaller house next door, and they'd always have, like, a horse or something outside and they're floating. Like, I just don't know why they decided to bring the horse in our backyard, but it was a very interesting day.
Sam, big decision. Kick him out or join them. What did you do?
Honestly, we did kick them out, but we said we're not going to call the police, but we just said you got to get the horse and you guys have to walk it out.
There's a pig spinning. It's rotating in the kitchen. Get it
They
out.
brought a pig roast. I don't know how they got it. There was it was a proper Hawaiian pig roast, and I don't know how they got the shit in there, but it was just in the middle of our kitchen.
I think I would have joined in.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. Lauren in Sutherland, what did your mum find happening in the front yard, Lauren?
My mom drove home and found people scattering their father's ashes in our front yard.
Oh, my God.
What was the background behind the front yard?
Well, apparently their dad had lived at our house 35 years ago, and we said, my mom said, "Why have you come back to spread his ashes here?" And they said, "Well, he built the front deck on the house and he really loved it, so we thought we'd come back and spread his ashes there."
You know what? It's a great question, though. If someone was to knock on your door and say, "Hey, my father lived here, he loved this house, do you mind if we spread the ashes in the front yard?"
That would not bother me in the least.
Well, it depends, though. If he
I
built
don't
the
know.
deck, is it on the deck? Is it on the grass? Is it round his favourite hydrangeas?
Well, that said, could you plant a seed of a new tree and use
Quite
that as
nice.
your fertiliser? Yeah.
Maybe.
Says you might want to put a little bit on the front deck, on the back deck, and then you've got plenty of ashes to go around.
Imagine if you did say to the family, well, we'll plant an apple tree and we'll use his ashes, and every time you walk past, it reminds you of your dad.
Yeah, when those roots strangle your stormwater drain, we won't come and pay for it to be fixed.
Sam,
like a plan.
Sam in Penrith, what did your neighbours sneak into your yard and do?
So when I was younger, we had a galah that we adopted, and it started saying some questionable things. It was swearing and carrying on all the time, and we couldn't figure out how this bird was learning how to swear.
Yeah.
And that went on for quite a few years. It started to learn new things over time, and I came home from school one early because I finished early school, and I found my neighbour in the backyard swearing at our bird, teaching it how to, word new phrases.
Funny.
It is a very patient stitch-up.
Isn't it?
It's taken a long time to do, and I love it.
Sam,
He worked on it for a long time, I think.
are we talking about the F word?
Yeah, F-word, C-bomb, and
Oh,
he would sort of turn it into, like, F idiot, like that kind of thing. Like, there was a few questionable words there.
Oh, imagine coming home and your bird starts swearing at you and you don't know why. Oh, that is awesome.
How's the...
It's just because he was chatty and noisy and he thought he'd make something out of it, or I don't know what his intention was, but it was funny.
But if you were walking home from work or school every day, if you could just take those 2 minutes a day to walk past, just say the words that you want, move on, and just hopefully the bird picks it up.
One of the great stitch-ups.
Well done. Ready to make up for missed holidays with whatif.com?
Gotta love an Aussie winter getaway, but bring on spring.
Jump on the What If app to book hotels, holiday rentals, flights, and more.
What if? It's Aussie for travel. Macca, if you've got any wedding music, fire it off, because this is an emotional story. And I'm asking a lot this morning. I'm asking you to talk about when you've had a party, nobody turned up. Like, it's a cold feeling. You know, and you hear those stories of when you get to sort of, oh, God, they were meant to arrive at 7. Oh, there's traffic out there because it's raining. It's now 8 o'clock. And then your parents would go, yeah, but your auntie and uncle are here, and I think the next door neighbours are coming over. Why everyone's running around trying to organise a party because for some reason you're not very popular and nobody turned up. My wife has a fear of this.
But it could never happen. Like, not every guest conspires to go, none of us are going to that thing.
Says a woman has quit her job after she decided when she was having her wedding, and it was a large wedding, she would invite 70 of her co-workers to join her and celebrate her big day.
It's a good effort, because that is a tough decision to make. Once you invite one, you've got to invite everybody, don't you?
And that's what she did. She said, you know what? This is my day, my celebration. These guys are my work family, and I want them to be there. Out of the 70, one turned up. She had 6 empty tables in the room.
How? How does that happen?
It was a sit-down wedding. This wasn't a gathering. Guys, we're doing the first drinks free. It's on me. Enjoy your afternoon. It was a sit-down wedding with speeches, a gala event. She had 6 empty tables, the poor thing.
I mean,
she's now quit her job because she realised
no one likes her.
No one likes her.
By the sounds of it, they've conspired.
Yeah.
Because there was, I do remember there was a meeting leading up to your wedding where we all got together and said, do we? Nah.
Tommy, is this why you eloped?
Yeah, that is. Got straight out of here, man.
You were panicking about nobody turning up.
I would just... Oh, it makes me so nervous. Just the idea of even sending the invite.
No, we wouldn't have. We wouldn't have turned up.
Thank you so much.
Because I'm hopeless with RSVP as well.
Yeah,
you leave
me
it to the
too.
last minute. You're always trying to get an answer. It's the ultimate dog act to leave it to the last minute, then say you are coming. People who pull out of weddings the day before.
Oh, you can't do that.
You can go and get stuffed.
Yeah. What about the save the date? Do you do that? Yes, to save the date.
You have to if it's a destination. You got to give people
That's
a heads
true.
up.
But if it's not, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, well, tell me what's on first. Save the date, something big coming. Well, give us a heads up or I won't.
It's a horrible time to organise, isn't it? Like, it's just, I look back now and I go, I never want to do that again. And you've had to do it a couple of times.
A couple of times, and maybe a few more. And it has never crossed my mind that people wouldn't show up. You're offering free food and booze. Even if someone doesn't like you, they're showing
I
up.
went to a kid's party once when I was younger, and we talk about this in the family and how heartbreaking it was for this kid called Daniel, right? And I was sort of his mate, sort of a closer mate than some of the other kids, and I turned up early. Anyway, I was the only other kid there. And then he sat at the front window of the house waiting for the other cars to arrive, for the kids to...
He was shattered that you were the only one
turn
there.
up.
Yeah.
And I turned up. It was me, his family, and him at the front window waiting for other people to arrive.
At least you would have won past the parcel.
Well, what if one passed the parcels? Just going back and forth to him. Stop the music on me now.
And you can't let the
And
person
then
in.
they rang my mum and said, do you want to come and join the party? So mum turned up with my 2 sisters to help fill the room. Took home 3 lollybags.
I was about to say, you would have walked out of there with 20 lollybags.
Definitely had a win. Alyssa in Mount Druitt. Thank you for calling through, because it's quite often hard to talk about. Did you have a party that no one turned up to? Alyssa.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, I did. So 2 years in a row, I basically invited a friend that I've been friends with for 20 years, and she decided that she would lie to me and say that she was busy.
Yep.
And then she didn't show up. And then she posted it on Snapchat and went out with all my other friends that were meant to be.
Oh, that is a dog act, just to show that she's still going out, but she doesn't want to be with you.
And Alyssa, what about the other friends that were invited? They didn't come either?
Or they all went out together and left me hanging.
So unkind.
People can be so rude.
What for, Alyssa? Do you think you did something wrong, or why was everybody off you?
I don't know. It was literally 2 years in a row it's happened to me now, but luckily my partner took me out for dinner.
Yeah.
So,
It's beautiful.
That's a win, isn't
everyone
it?
just left me hanging at home and then all posted on Snapchat.
Do you know
what?
It's just unfortunate that your partner was her partner at the time, and that's why she didn't want to rock up, probably.
I mean, Alyssa, you could have gone out with them, and if I'd done that, I would have just put laxatives in all their drinks.
Oh, no.
Just wait for the... Yeah, wait for the
lolly is
female
that?
bathrooms to just explode.
Carla in Greenacre. What happened with your party, Carla?
Oh, look, we were newly arrived in, we migrated to Australia, and background of an Italian family, so off to school I went, and, my mum says, have a birthday party, have all your friends over, and I go, yeah. So anyway, we proceeded, and I invited everybody, all the kids and that. My mum thought that, we didn't know about invites because you had to send, obviously invites to the parents so they knew that the child was invited. So we extended verbally, well, I did, to all my friends, you're invited, and they were thinking, oh, great.
Yep.
So on the day, my mum prepares this beautiful, lavish birthday, and I said, you've got to make... food everywhere, you've got to have fairy bread, and you have to have this, and you have to have that, and no one turned up.
See,
Carla, heartbreak. Absolute heartbreak. Were you in tears?
Oh, look, I was pretty sad. But when we spoke to, other people and that, oh, no, you were supposed to send invites. So people just don't rock up, So, yeah.
A lot of fairy bread.
It's okay. Don't feel bad. I was sad. Like, let's face it.
Of course.
6-year-old.
Yeah, let's face it.
You don't want to mess with the Italian family as well, Carla, because every one of those kids could have woken up with a horse's head next to them. You never know.
Jeez, I thought we were doing lollybags. Well, it's not. There's a dead stallion in your sack. I'm sure Carla's family didn't go out to seek revenge on those kids.
There has to be revenge.
I don't think there needs to be. That seems fairly drastic.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Test. And now it's time for Tom.
The overweight-looking Russell Brand producer.
Time. Tom time. Like that?
It's the world's biggest show from the minds that brought you Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. Stream new episodes every Monday on Binge.
Oh, guys.
Tom, welcome back.
Oh, thanks so much. Back by unpopular demand. Good morning, Fitzy, Whipper, Sarah. And how good Binge have brought back Tom Time for this week and next week.
Wow. How's the house of your dragon?
Oh, it's just terrific, guys. And it's wonderful to have $500 cash, a year's subscription to Binge. It's the world's biggest show from the minds that brought you Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Stream new episodes every Monday on Binge.
Tom and I have seen House of the Dragon.
Wow.
And if you like Game of Thrones, it's next level.
Oh, my gosh.
You are going to lose your mind over this show.
If Tom was in the House of Dragon,
yes.
Like, what kind of character would he be? Like a jester or
No, he would be one of the dragons.
Oh, thank you.
No, without a doubt. Or he would have some superpower where he undoes his fly and releases the dragons.
That is a horrible thought about any human. It's not a compliment.
That's a really good visual. Tom standing on a cliff and then undoing his fly, and all the dragons fly out of his pants.
These dragons are out of season, guys. The I think and this season has more dragons than ever.
I bet they do, mate.
Well, obviously they did some research, and people said we need more dragons.
We need more dragons, mate.
That's right.
Sure, you can keep your Khaleesi, but give us more dragons.
We are in the middle of Tom Time. 3 incriminating questions. You get the third one correct, you win that prize. But I might play with you first, Says, if you don't mind.
Here
we go.
Says, you should get this one pretty easily.
Okay, sure.
Who went to, the answer is either Fitzy or Whipper, by the way. Who went to the premiere of the red carpet event of House of the Dragon last week and told the red carpet reporters that he wanted to make sure the first episode was just full of full frontal nudity?
Oh, that is...
Who would that be? Fitzy or Whipper? Demand demanding nude action.
No.
Sex pest whipper.
Sarah, people were talking about how big this show is, and I was wondering if they had the budget, because there is a lot of intimate scenes and often crowd scenes, and they had to find women with real breasts and pubic hair. And I said that would have been a battle. Do they have the budget for that in 2022?
That's why they hire unknown actors.
Do you know what I mean? And that's why the cost of Merkins has gone through the roof. Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, so let's welcome our first contestant. Beep, beep, Karina from St. Helens Park. How are you? There we go.
That's good, Karina.
Morning, guys.
Yeah,
we go.
well
that's
said.
the joke.
Now, question number one. Producer Hannah, she has a lovely eye for fashion. However, when Hannah walked in yesterday wearing her black and white stripy pants, who shouted at her, "Hannah, apparently Taronga Zoo called. It looks like one of their zebras has escaped."
You'd never make a cop.
Who would say that?
I'd say Fitzy.
Oh, Karina.
So sorry.
Unfortunately, it was the whip whip.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You should never, ever make a reference or comment about a staff member's wardrobe. That's out of line.
That means we say hi to Nathan in Springfield. Good morning.
Oh, good night.
Good effort.
Strong.
Very strong.
All right, Nathan. In a crazy mix-up, who was supposed to rap against Keith from The Block, but instead got confused and thought he was rapping against Keith from Nova's engineering department? Fitzy or Whipper?
Big tall Fitzy.
Yes. And it was a good rap too. I was thinking, not many people are going to know about these jokes. They're pretty private. No one knows Keith the tech.
There's still time to get Keith the engineer in, Tommy.
And isn't that wonderful?
There's a win.
Yeah, there is a huge win. Okay, Nath, get this correct. You win that cash. In a creepy start to the day, who forces Sarah to listen to this song every single morning before we go on air? Have a listen to this song.
Yuck.
He makes her listen to it in full.
That's Whopper for sure.
You're spot on. Which is one of the lyrics in the song as well.
Do you know, Mandy?
And that means you win.
Oh,
you
sorry,
win,
Nath. Well done. Not Mandy. We haven't got to Mandy. Hey, Nathan, I'll send it to Sarah at any time throughout the day.
Yep.
Even over the weekend, I sent it to you, Sarah.
Messages it to me all the time. Yeah,
Well
what a
done.
song.
Congratulations, Nath. $500 coming your way. You got a year's subscription to Binge, and it's the world's biggest show from the minds that brought you Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. Stream new episodes every Monday on Binge.
Good on you, Nath.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Lights, camera, clarity.
Ooh, Sarah.
The top trending stories in entertainment this morning. This is quite sad. John Farnham has been rushed to hospital this morning. He's going in for an urgent operation. They've said he has been diagnosed with cancer, and they're going to remove a growth from his body this morning. Doctors are convinced they can remove the entire thing.
Whereabouts? What sort of cancer says?
They haven't said too much more than
Throat?
that. They haven't confirmed that. But
I wonder if it will affect his voice.
The voice.
You would have to think so.
He's not performing anymore, is he?
No, but
How old is he, say?
he's 70, or I want to say 72, but I will.
He does special events, you know.
Yeah.
We've seen him perform here in Sydney not that long ago for charity shows. You know, the voice certainly hasn't slowed down.
No.
We hope that the doctors can perform and correct whatever's going on
In
there.
the 80s, he was my first ever
73.
concert.
Me
Mum,
too.
Yeah,
Me too.
1985 Whispering Jack tour, and Mum took me with her friends, and they got up and danced. And I remember I was so embarrassed. I said, "Mum, sit down. Take the pressure down."
Oh, very good.
Do you know what? I went to see him in the Big Top in Whyalla, Fitz, your part of the world, and it was extraordinary. 2,000 people's, and I reckon 2,000 people, and I reckon he had 2,000 people's pairs of underpants hanging off his face.
Because what a superstar.
It was extraordinary.
And what a back catalogue of music. Like, unbelievable.
Crazy.
Sign of a generation. Anyway, fingers crossed he's all right. As I said, he's gone in this morning for treatment and an operation.
Good luck.
So we'll
Thinking
know
of you.
soon enough. Absolutely. Guys, Harry Styles has opened up, and this is unlike him, and Olivia Wilde has actually spoken as well. So Harry did an interview with Rolling Stone, and he was talking about their relationship, and she obviously has weighed in a comment. The interview is not technically with both of them, but she's made comment as well, because he was asked about the negative response fans have had to his personal life, and he said it's a very difficult feeling. To feel like being close to me means you're at the ransom of a corner of Twitter or something, and I didn't want to get into this to hurt people. And then she said it's called toxic negativity, which is the antithesis of Harry, the way everyone's behaving. But she was very careful not to say anything bad about his fans, because they're the people who've been saying, sending her horrible DMs, death threats. You're disgraceful. This is disgusting. You shouldn't be together. And so she says, I know this is a very small group of his fans, and that overwhelmingly they would be beautiful people. So she's played it very well.
Hasn't she? Straight back.
Absolutely.
Olivia Wilde, well done.
Yeah.
Olivia Wilde.
Any update on Ted Lasso?
What do you mean?
Like, is he still furious?
He's still filming in London. I cannot wait for that.
No, I meant him. What's his name?
Oh, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they're having a great time, the two of them. It's going before the court.
I'm a bit saddened by that, to be honest.
Yeah.
I find it a bit rough.
I don't think anyone's probably been their best selves in this scenario.
Good way to put it, Says. Add that to the article.
Finally, this I know gave you great joy, Whipper, to see Ben Affleck the morning after his wedding. Fitz, I'll show you the picture of him in the car.
Oh, he's had a few.
He hasn't had a few.
No,
he's in
just
recovery. But the poor bloke, I reckon the Paps just take the worst photo they can find of him. He looks like he's asleep. He's probably not. He's just having a long blink. He's in the back of an SUV. He has not gone on a honeymoon, though. He boarded a private plane with Matt Damon, and off they took together.
I mean, wouldn't you think, sure, the wedding day can be stressful. You might not smile on your wedding day. That's fine, Ben. Now you're getting on a plane with your mate. Can we at least get one smile? In 2022, Ben Affleck, can we get one smile? No, not yet.
I did enjoy what his brother put up on Instagram this morning, and that was a throwback photo of himself with Ben and J-Lo. And he said, good things are worth waiting for. Here's to twists and turns, new beginnings, and finding new reservoirs of old love. Welcome to the family. Get ready for some real dysfunction. Kidding. I am kidding. Jen, you're a gem. We love you so much. So whether or not...
He's got his Starbucks coffee and he has gone bang.
He's done a Peter Volandis, hasn't he?
What's that?
He's done the grand final's going to be in Melbourne. He's done a little bit of a joke at his big statement there and then twisted it.
Rugby
hasn't
league.
he? Yeah, he's got us an absolute beauty and then he's revealed, no, we love you, Jen.
No, Casey's was funny. Unfortunately, Peter's wasn't.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
Let me sing that song. Song.
Welcome to Song, guys, for your Tuesday morning on what is set to be not a bad-looking Tuesday. Beautiful start of the day, I know that much. Tommy, are we streaming live on the Fitzy and Whipper Facebook page?
Yeah, ready to get into it.
Locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys. I'll give you one word. You need to put it into a song. Good luck, everybody. First one. The word is party.
We like to party.
Oh, Sarah.
Party in the USA.
Well done.
I like to party. Everybody does. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
Party.
Who was that?
Everybody does. Oh, Run
Make love
DMC.
and
Yeah, that one. It's like I said, Alice DJ
Room
stuff.
5 it was.
Oh,
wow.
Room 5. Thumbs up from Macca. Well done, guys.
You got it.
Talk about
Oh,
teamwork.
if Room 5 is in the system, that was a
It
great
should be
song.
there.
So it was a
Massive.
dance floor classic in the noughties, wasn't it? Remember with Moloko Sing It?
Yes.
Yes.
Love that.
Party Rock you could have gone with too. Oh, here we go.
Turn it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Massive song.
Go, Mac, and turn it up even more,
It
mate.
doesn't go any louder, mate. Mate, you there, mate? Can you still hear me? How good's this club? All right, guys, you're through to the next round. Congratulations. The next word, put it into a song, is fly.
Fly with me, come fly with me.
Let's fly.
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 Fly Away, Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, great song.
Fly.
I want to get away.
It's very hard to think when we're all singing. All I can think is Aeroplane, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Surely they mentioned flying.
Sarah, we can't lose you at this stage
Fly
of the game.
high.
Fly higher than the sky. Yeah,
No.
you're thinking about Midler.
Fly higher than an eagle. Is that
The wind beneath my wings.
Wind beneath my wings.
Well done, Steve. She's through to the next round.
Well done, Steve.
Congratulations.
Alrighty.
She scrapes. All right, here we go, guys. The next word is high.
Say hi, Amy Shark.
Yep.
Would you take Higher by Creed?
No, the word is high.
The word is
Lighthouse Family.
Oh,
You know that song?
what?
Yes.
We are gone. They say hi. Yeah, I don't want to keep singing.
Round the twist.
Forever
We're a Lighthouse
you.
family.
Because I got high. Was it?
Yes. Afro Man or whatever.
Afro Man, yeah.
Nobody went high hopes, Panic at the Disco. Interesting. Thank you, Tom. Great song.
I like
Huge song. Says, have we accepted yours?
Yeah, Lighthouse Family, 100%.
We're going to back
don't
you.
want to
We
sing
are
it.
going to back you. Well done.
Goodbye.
3 people make it through to round 4. Congratulations. The word is groove.
Groove is in the heart.
Well
by
done.
D-Light.
Ryan James.
Madonna, Get Into the Groove.
Oh,
get into the groove, boy. You have to prove your love to me. Sucked in, Tom.
What about you, Tom? Hey, Tom.
La 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 la.
Hey, Tommy, how you doing there, mate?
The CDB classic Let's Groove Tonight.
Oh, CDB.
yes.
Cool Dandenong Boys?
Central Dandenong
Central
Boys.
Dandenong Boys.
Central Dandy Boys.
No worries then. Bringing up all the big hits today on Song.
Were they one-hit wonders? Or
How
did they
dare
have any
you, mate?
others?
Well, you name their second.
Didn't one
fair
of them
call.
turn up on a show recently?
Yeah, D'Souza is his surname.
Oh, Alan D'Souza?
How did you know
Oh,
that?
is he one of the new Wiggles?
No. No, Gary, was it Gary D'Souza?
Yeah, there was Gary Pintos. He was
That's
also in
right.
Gary
CDB.
Pintos.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom was also, he was the 5th member. The 5th
Wishes.
Central Dandenong boy. Here we go. The word is boom.
Boom, shake the room.
Done.
Boom. The hives. The hives got to say tick, 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 boom.
Yeah, good song.
And Boom Boom Pow by the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, the Peas, Tommy.
Yeah, I love them.
Great album, that one, wasn't it?
Oh, it's the best.
Yep.
The End, it was called.
The End, yeah.
So good.
Of their career.
Bring his dad back.
It's one of our parodies we did about King Jong. Oh, here we go. Pyongyang Radio.
Here we go. Piao Piao Radio.
Okay, mate.
I love that song.
The word is town.
Town.
Old Town Road.
Sarah.
Town.
Who knows?
Town.
Where are you?
You won't know this song, but it's by Doves, and it's called Black and White
Oh,
Town.
Town.
Yeah,
Great
Black and White
song, Tommy.
Town.
Like, who did, not Creed, live, they did.
They did, yes. Cool.
Downtown.
Oh, yeah.
When you're downtown, was hoping someone would drop out. Downtown. 3 still in after 7 rounds. You wanted a quick game, Tommy. You got it. Here we go. The word is London.
London Bridge.
Sarah.
Fergie.
London Calling, was it by The Clash?
Flash.
Song, Tommy. Well done.
Yes, Tom.
Awesome.
London.
Ryan.
Oh, no.
Ryan James.
What's the Coldplay and Rihanna song in
I
London?
can't help you. I can't help
Princess
you.
of China, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, but I can't help you, mate.
recorded
I'm
in
sorry. I'm sorry. We say goodbye to Ryan James. The word is maybe.
Call Me Maybe.
Sarah.
Oh, dear.
This feels like a forfeit, Tom.
No,
can't be a
maybe.
forfeit.
Make an effort.
Tom,
maybe.
you got a chance.
Maybe someday I will come. Is it Thirsty Merc? No, I couldn't put my...
Maybe.
Yeah, someday, but
Someday
you know.
I will
Yeah.
be the one. Thomas, you make it
I
through.
love that.
Congratulations. We don't have much Thirsty American in the city, but what done says, call me maybe. The word is wasn't.
Wasn't me, Shaggy.
Sarah.
Oh, dear.
Sarah, you've been fast today.
Well, I wasn't. I mean, I should have been out in the second round.
Lightning.
But you saved me.
Scrape through.
Thanks.
Wasn't.
Tom, where are you? Tom, we're
I'm-
counting down, Tom.
It's not a forfeit. I just have nothing.
It wasn't me, by
Wasn't.
Sarah McGilvray and Shaggy.
No.
Tom, thanks for playing Sarah McGilvray! What a round. Well done, Sarah.
The Fitzy and Whipper podcast.
You have the long jump record at 4 metres 73.
That's under 9. I'm organised a long jump pit Wednesday. Pat McGregor from Little Athletics.
We've got some of the best jumpers in the state right now, and they're really keen to get it beat.
Ethan, Harlow, Rani, Anson, all ready to turn up tomorrow, face down the long jump pit and break the national record, held by Ryan James Fitzgerald of 4.73 metres.
I will be testing every water bottle as well, just to see if the kids are not taking any performance enhancing.
Like Gatorade and stuff?
Well, you just don't know, mate. You know what? I know this is a record that a lot of people have been trying to break for a long time.
No one
do
can-
anything to do that.
No one can crack it, mate. Even your dad was on yesterday talking about the moment. He partly remembers. He was
can't.
on the cans.
He couldn't hear you properly. His hearing aids were all over the shop.
But I mean, it's a credit, mate. I mean, 1986.
Good year, that one.
Huge year for you. Huge year for the under.
When did Thriller come out? 84, I think it was. Does it?
Was
it? Years after that. Do you know what I do remember? 1986, Out Now. Remember that cassette? Everyone remember? Kate Bush
No,
is
sorry, I
running
was
up that
2,
hill.
so...
No, I don't remember.
I missed that one.
Thriller was out in 1982. I'm so sorry,
damn.
Fitzy.
So 4 years after.
4 years. Still number one, Tom. It was
But
around the charts
more
for a while.
people remember the under-9s long jump. It's great to hold a record, mate, and tomorrow we could break it. It could be a really big moment on the show. One person I want to talk to right now, and we welcome to the show, is Brooke Bushcool. G'day, Brooke.
Hey, how you going? Thanks for having me on.
Brooke, an honour to have you on the show. You are one of our great Olympians, and you...
Brooke's a gun.
Yeah, Brooke is a gun. You have the national record for the long jump. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. Correct.
So how far did you jump? What is that record?
So I jumped a distance of 7 metres and 13 centimetres.
That is massive.
God, you've
So
flown.
were you in the zone that day, Brooke? Can you remember it distinctly?
Yeah, well, it was only recently, actually. So I previously jumped 7:05 back in 2016, which was the previous Australian record, and went over to Chula Vista in the US about 7 weeks ago and broke my record there.
Wow.
So, yeah, I didn't expect it, actually, to be honest. And I guess, yeah, sometimes your best performances come when you don't expect it.
Brooke, do they take into account wind?
Yes, they do. So they have a wind gauge.
Yeah.
Not in little athletics, though.
No. Yep.
Not that I gather.
There was 50,
but yes.
50 knot winds that day. That's why I got over the line.
Carried you.
No, I'm just thinking to help the kids out tomorrow if it's under 9. Tommy, let's get that huge fan out. And just send the kids flying. I mean, if they can stay on their feet, they'll land. But also, Brooke, just quickly, you actually broke the under 9 state record for New South Wales. Is that right?
I was actually having a look at the Victorian records. I'm actually Victorian.
Yeah.
But I don't have the under 9s. I have the under 10 Victorian record. But I did look up my PB in under 9s, and I jumped 3 metres 93.
Okay.
Fitzy smoked you.
That is a good effort. Hey, Brooke, are you the one that do you like to get the crowd behind you before your long jump? Do you do a bit of a clap here and there and get everyone fired up?
I do every now and again. I guess it really depends how the competition's panning out.
Yeah.
So for me, I like to get a good jump on the board before I get the crowd involved.
Okay.
And was your dad... Was your dad always half-tanked on the sideline with an esky as well, Brooke, when you were jumping, when you were young, or...?
Oh, to be honest, I didn't really pay attention to it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was.
Yeah.
Brookie, what did you want to say to the kids tomorrow that are having a crack at this?
I think the biggest probably piece of advice is just to have fun. Like, I know when I was young and...
We're trying to break a record, Brooke. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I snapped.
Have fun.
Well, when you're having fun, that's when you go on your best. And that's what I've learnt over the years. But no, I think, like, if we talk about specific long jump advice, I guess the most important thing is just to run down the runway as fast as you can. You want to be taking off with as much speed behind you. So if that's something that they can focus on tomorrow, I'm sure that'll bring some big jumps.
You're a superstar, Brooke.
Thank you, Brooke.
Absolute superstar. You've inspired everybody this morning.
You'll be hearing that name a lot more. Thanks for coming on the show, Brooke.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me on, and all the best to the under 9 boys tomorrow.
Oh, good on you, Brooke. Tommy, what time are we jumping this morning for everybody listening that wants to follow the record-breaking attempt?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's from 20 past 8 tomorrow. Fitzy will be down there, and about 10 kids ready to go. They're already practicing today, and we should have the result before 9 o'clock.
Wow, huge day tomorrow.
Apparently,
Massive.
Lance Armstrong's down there, I heard, and I do not like to hear that at all.
The Fitzy and Whipper Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.